Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that I'm able to do this. And I'm thankful for Malus Domestica, the apple. On today's episode, I'm going to be doing a really quick apple cake dessert inspired from the northern area of France known as Normandy. It's really renowned for its apples, its cider, its cheese, its dairy industries. All things that I really love and I can identify with because that's what we do in this area. Anyway, here's a quick apple cake dessert that I'm sure you can do. It's fun to do and it tastes great too. Let's go. And on today's episode, we're going to do a gâteau normande or a French apple cake. Now, the first thing we're going to need are some apples. Here I have Spartan variety, a good local one. We're also going to need 90 grams of brown sugar. We're also going to need 59 grams of melted butter. This gives our cake a little bit of richness and always good flavor. We're also going to need 1 egg and 45 mils of 35% cream. For the dry ingredients of our cake, we're going to need 68 grams of flour. In this case I have all-purpose, 1 gram of dry yeast, and to mold our cakes, we're going to use a non-stick silicone mold. Now here's how we go about making our cake. The first step is to peel the apples. I'm using 1 Spartan apple here. This should be more than enough for our purposes, but have a few on standby just in case. Now here, I'm slicing the apples on a mandolin, and this gives you a thin slice. Looks like this. But if you don't have one, just use a knife. Just cut it very thinly. Then I take a few slices, cut them into little sticks, turn it 90 degrees, and cut them into little cubes. Now in this particular case, I'm going to need a bunch of small dice that we have on the right here, and some of the slices which I've cut in half. These are going to be the decoration. So here's how we make the cake. We put an egg into the mixing bowl. We add our brown sugar. Just make sure you get every little bit of it out of your container. Then I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. This isn't necessary, but I like to do it. I feel it takes a little more balance. Then we start the mixing. You cream the eggs and sugar together till it looks sort of like this, nice and white. Then we're going to add our cream. And then we start to add our dry ingredients. Here I add my yeast. Then I add my flour till it's well incorporated, and then we finish with the melted butter just like this. Once that's all done, we add our little apple dice into the batter, mix it together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cover it and let it rest for half an hour. After that, we prepare a piping bag, put the batter inside the piping bag, and we pipe the batter into the molds. We put it into a preheated 400 degree oven for 5 to 7 minutes, and you get cakes like this. Once they've cooled off just a little bit, we get a piece of wax paper and something to support it, and we flip it over. And the cakes release quite easily, just like this. Having a cake in 5 to 7 minutes, that's probably one of the fastest desserts you're going to get. And now we go on to the decoration part. We'll put the slices of apple on top of the cakes. We add just a little bit of butter. And then we sprinkle some icing sugar over that. And we put it back into the hot oven just for about a minute or two until the butter melts. Then you can either broil or do like I do and you break out the blowtorch and you caramelize the apples just a little bit. All that melted butter and sugar gives it a nice flavor. And when you torch it, it gives it a nice rustic look and a great flavor. And that's pretty much it. Apple dessert in 5 to 7 minutes. A wonderful gift from France. Enjoy your apples, everybody. Cheers.